Hello, and welcome to the Doncast, the podcast that gives you an insight into the world of rugby in the Championship and Doncaster nights, and just in rugby in general. The point of this podcast is to give you an insight into the lives of the players who play in the Championship and show you that they are just like you and I. Welcome to the first episode of a new series of the Doncaster Nights podcast. My name is Dominic Leach, and I am your host. I'm welcomed today by hooker Fred Davies, prop Andrew Turner, and back row, second row, Thom Smith.
Back row,
Back row, yeah.
second
I thought you'd
row,
correct me on that one.
row.
As I say, this is the first episode of a new series with Doncaster Nights hosting this podcast. Basically, just to get a bit of an insight on Championship rugby on a whole, how it works for a professional club in the second tier of rugby. Drew's already got his dogs out, so it's a good start.
Get out out.
So yeah, this is just a bit of an insight, a bit more. There's a lot of nowadays rugby is focused on Premiership rugby. You never really hear much about the Championship, so I think
West, isn't it?
Well, exactly, and especially being a northern club as well, no one really knows that we're up here. So I think it's good to get a bit of an insight to how it all works around here. So we'll go around. We'll do a bit of an introduction. Fred, do you want to kick us off? Tell us about yourself. Keep it short.
Yeah. I'm Fred. I play hooker. I joined Donny this year from a few years at Bristol. It's lovely, the bright lights. Before that, I was up at Durham University for a few years, probably too many years. And then, yeah, that's about it, really. Played rugby for a few years now. Up here, moved up in June, living with Andrew Turner, segue.
Yeah, I'm Andrew, everyone calls me Drew, from Bristol/Western. On loan from Bristol Bears. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
You just can't get over the toes.
You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, on loan from Bristol Bears for the year. Joined in June as well. Loving the life up north, really.
It's a good place. It's a good part of the world.
Oh, yeah. Plenty going on.
Test your boundaries, isn't it?
Test, yeah.
I'm Tom.
I'm a back rower.
Second time at Donny. Spent a little bit of time up here, coming from Leicester, then went to Jersey. That didn't go to plan.
Now back. Great bunch of lads. Two of my favourites out here.
And Dom.
And Dom.
All right, cheers. This is going to start well.
That's right.
So, season started off. We'll get straight into it now. Season started off. Hopes were pretty high, I think, with the media and probably everybody in the club. Had our two pre-season games pretty much, wasn't it? Not including the camps that we had with Sale and Bury, but game against Bury, 68-31 win, which was pretty, I think against the Nat 2 side, it's pretty, you'd expect to do so well, put points on them.
I was good after that.
Yeah, second half was interesting.
Yeah,
I think it was fairly early on, trying new combinations. I think by the end of this second half, we had 12 or 13 men on the pitch to see if we could
play in league,
we
weren't
were
we?
playing league. Yeah,
I think it was just
No.
us three at one point.
yeah, it was a couple out there.
No scrums.
But it was good fun. We went down and training against them in a camp, and did a bit of team bonding and that sort of stuff. And they did pretty well.
what was it, like 12 tries in that first half or something, like from both teams?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Good to say.
Any of you get on the score sheet?
Smithy, you didn't you?
No, not no one.
Lindsay Moore try.
No.
I don't think I did. Did
We,
I?
ca- we,
I
we
thought
were.
you did.
Yeah, we came
maybe
on
I
second
did.
half, didn't we? So we didn't see much action.
Maybe I did score. Probably from a bit out as well.
You get
22.
Claiming that one, dropping that in early doors, and then it was a behind closed door game down at Bristol's training ground, familiar territory for you two.
Greasy, wasn't it?
It was
Greasy day.
it was a wet day, yeah. And that was, correct me if I'm wrong, 26-14. I want to say
29-14, I thought.
Was
Was
it?
it?
Remember that? do
either
you?
your maths is off or
I know we were down at half time.
yeah, it was 14-0 at
14
half time,
half-time.
and then it was 4 tries in the second half.
Yeah.
So either 28 or 26. But Drew, was it nice to be back home?
Good to be back home, yeah. Game was good from us, really. Come back pretty well, didn't we? First half we were a bit slow at the blocks, but
First 80 for Smithy in about a year, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I think it was pretty much.
You could tell.
Nearly bang on it. You could tell. couldn't
how
you?
were the
But,
lungs?
They were tough.
Well, we planned on
Yeah.
staying down, didn't we? because we're going to stay over for another night.
Did you stay as well?
We stayed anyway.
And
And Smith stayed down as well. He was mental, didn't know what to say. From Beverley to Bristol, he had no idea. But
Seen Chris Harris as well, didn't we?
yeah,
In
we did actually.
yeah.
Albion pub.
From Top Gear. 2 weeks before, I was like, I've had a pint with Chris Harris in the Albion in one of the pubs. He was like, no, you haven't. I was like, I have.
Looked
Start-
at
Chris Harris.
Chris Harris,
Sorry,
isn't
it's
it?
there.
All right.
Emerald Tan as well.
He looked very good.
Yeah.
Things in America previous.
A pretty promising start, really, especially against the Bristol side. Yeah, it was a weakened one, but I mean, you got to beat the second teams just to be able to go up and compete in that top league, really, haven't you?
Still a lot of quality in the team, though.
Oh yeah, there was.
Not to
Old front
bring
row.
it
to
down,
be fair
but yeah,
from
they
them.
were very old front row.
It was probably a level of Bristol, like, when we were there, would have been the lads who would be on loan at Championship or Nat 1 clubs
Yeah.
anyway. So it's probably playing a Nat 1 or Championship standard
Yeah,
with a few, like, there was some seasoned Prem lads in there. Jan played and they're still involved in a Prem setup.
mm.
Yeah, Lovejoy plays, got a couple hundred caps somewhere.
Because Doubts was playing as well, wasn't he? First
Yeah.
half.
Yeah, that was his
First
first game back. Didn't train for
Obviously at
6
Knights.
weeks.
It was at Knights last
Nice
season.
legend. No, that's legend.
So yeah, it was probably nice for him to face off against a couple of the Knights boys. But and then jumped into the season a couple of weeks later. Kicked off at home, Ampthill, 45-31. Probably conceded a fair few more than we should. Second half, yeah. In that final 20 especially. But 45 points on the board, hat trick from Geordie. That was pretty.
No doubt.
It looked pretty good from an outsider. Obviously, with the first game of the season, you always have a couple of things that don't always match up from pre-season, but it was still a pretty decent performance. Any thoughts from you guys?
That's what we touched on at the end of the game. 5 points at home.
Yeah.
Wasn't necessarily exactly the performance we were looking for, but from a score sheet point of view, that's all you can really get out of the game in it. So
Absolutely. So yeah, off the back of a quite a fairly comfortable victory against Ampthill, things turned a bit sour the week after it back at home.
not so it.
Yeah,
Not
Knots
at home.
14-30. That intercept try, Harry Graham, rapid man to be fair, kind of just killed all momentum.
Yeah, it spooked us a bit, I think, after that intercept try, because we're in 22 for
We were on there, yeah, we were parked on there 5, and then
about 20 minutes.
pulled out back.
Blame on the back, actually.
We'll
Blame
shift
most
that-
of them.
shift that one onto
Yeah,
them,
actually,
shall we?
none of them are here. Let's
Shift that
We'll
one.
blame it
let's
all
blame
on
it.
them.
Blame it on
Yeah.
them, it's fine. isn't it?
yeah.
To be fair to them, I think they rocked up here and they showed up,
Oh,
didn't
they
they?
fronted up, yeah.
Yeah.
Fronted
Like,
up well.
there was a couple of them carries, like boys getting banged.
Mm.
There's some big lads.
Yeah,
Mauled well, scrum well.
exactly.
And probably we touched on it today in training. Like, probably the narrative around Donny is they've brought in a lot of lads. There's 20 new lads.
Yeah.
Probably a core of maybe 5, 10 that have stayed, but they're we are pretty ambitious to see what we can do. And with all the background stuff of who can go up and how there's actual promotion relegation, the carrots there.
Yeah.
So for everyone coming here is like, oh, as long as we beat Donny, which has probably happened a couple of times when we fell short and Knots were revved up
Yeah.
to do it.
And then obviously off the back of that, it was a stellar performance down in London against Ealing. Like it was like one extreme to the other almost. The sublime to the ridiculous. But yeah, you all played in that one, did you?
We didn't.
Yeah.
Me and Drew were roommates, so
Oh yeah,
roommates.
you
You were
were
roommates?
actually.
yeah, we were good. You were with
Strongman.
Strongman,
Yeah.
Strong himself.
Smithy decided to change the rooming sheet,
Alan Winstrong.
change what works. Well, it
Alan
doesn't work now, so I'm
Winstrong.
stuck with him, aren't I?
You're yeah, but you didn't
Well, it's
mind
done
that, so
now.
it's fine.
Yeah.
But no, me and Drew had a good night, didn't we?
We
Hello.
did.
Yeah,
Oh,
I said, like,
oh,
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 yeah, just watching
Yeah,
television.
it was good.
so
We
went out to-
watched Scottish v Pirates, didn't we?
Yeah.
Friday night. Bit of
Yeah, what kind of goes on like on an away day? Because obviously there's only a few games that you travel the night before. So I think it's Ealing, Hartbury, and Cornish that you go the night before. Like, what kind of goes on the night before? Obviously, there's a lot of like get a bit of an early night maybe.
Long bus journey
Yeah,
down to London. We had was that when we had Jasper on Nando's or whatever it was?
oh,
We're playing a
hell
card
of
game
hell of a
commonly
journey.
named after a anatomical part of your body. Lose it 3 times, buy coffees. Lose it 5 times, coffees and cakes.
10
Lose it 10
times,
times,
Nando's.
Nando's.
Nando's for the whole squad.
Yeah.
For
what
players,
I will say is
Tabu's plan.
once you are
you're done.
bumhole, it's a horrible place to be.
You can't get out.
You can't get out. Boys he's the worst for it. They scheme against
Scheming, collusion,
Yeah.
But the thing is,
corruption.
it wasn't like we were just giving him bad hands.
No.
He was like making some terrible,
Yeah.
terrible
Errors.
errors.
So what are the rules of bumhole?
You explain.
It's basically like
feathers.
you're aiming to lay all your cards as quick as possible, and you have to lay in ascending order for the majority of the game. There are certain rules and cards which are essentially magic, and you play with probably up to maybe 10 people. We had like 6 or 7 of us in it, and as soon as the ball starts rolling and you lose a few, because after every round you've got to give your 2 best cards to the guy who finished first, so you're losing your best cards as the worst player in the game. So you're constantly on the back foot. And Jasper was losing his head, bless him, hard.
No
and so-
celebration.
No
rule.
celebration.
Slipped up on that,
yeah,
didn't he?
slipped up a few
That's
times.
always a
Yeah.
good
So
one.
that's a
After-
stinker. So
Yeah.
we spent the majority of that 3-hour bus journey getting into Jasper and then redeeming earned coffees.
Did he get them in the end?
He
Yeah,
did.
he
No,
did. At that
did
little
he?
van in London.
Oh, yeah.
So that was right. Then we got there, chilled out in the hotel for a bit. Poorly hadn't booked the rooms.
Shock.
This is another tail into Champ Rugby. We,
Yeah,
we didn't have the
we had
rooms
to-
yet.
we had
so
to
we
wait,
sat
yeah,
in
we
the,
had to wait
in the
in
waiting room
yeah.
for an hour and a bit.
Hottest room
Hottest
in
room
the building.
in the
It was
world.
like a sauna.
Sat in the sauna.
Played that game, didn't we? Found out about Billy on that quiz. Was it Billy?
Tommy.
Tommy.
Who?
Do you not
Tommy?
remember
Who's
that?
Tommy?
The quiz
That-
game that we were playing online.
What's
Oh
the
yeah,
app
Quizlets or something like
Quizlets,
that.
yeah, that was good.
You waste a lot of time on bus trips, to be honest. We're going to need something else for Pirates Away because that's going to be long. And then
What's that, like 7 hours down to
Yeah.
Pirates?
so we got in this room, and then all the lads were like, "How long were you in here for?" And I was like, "Oh, probably about an hour until we can get into the room." So everyone was like, 10 minutes, no. Play a few games, 20 minutes, no. Right, let's go out and see the bright lights of London. Everyone's in Donny kit, so we're like, "All right, everyone put some casuals on. We'll go." Everyone's putting
Donny.
casuals on.
Oh,
Everyone's putting short
Morgan-
t-shirts. We're going for
jealous.
Morgan Bunting, Fly Half Supreme. Puts on.
I actually think that is the
Honestly,
most ridiculous pair of
the
trousers
worst pair of trousers I've ever
seen.
seen. It looked like a Christmas cracker with legs, and we were like, "What?" And then he put them on, and we all looked round. We were like, "That's got to be a gag."
He did not take it well.
And then he
either, did
put
he?
up
Real
the rule.
defensive,
Yeah,
didn't
he
he?
was like, "Whoa, whoa,
He
whoa!"
was like, mate, these are bait. They're bait. We're like, are they?
Yeah, crap is what they are, mate.
I'm just kind of imagining like kind of red cowboy, like over
No,
excessive.
No,
it was like
no.
Marvel. It was horrendous.
Imagine like Marvel pajama. You know the pajama.
Yeah.
Comics.
You know when you're like
Marvel
7?
comics.
You know
Like-
when
yeah,
you're
like-
7,
like
you've
the
got
print
like
kind of
Marvel,
like
like
print.
red. He had like it had like a cream background and this pattern on that was.
And he went
Oh.
roaming around like most of us went for some food or
We
shopping or
lost his
something.
head.
And then he went and met a mate of his, and
did,
they were
yeah.
going around like Big Ben, and imagine that.
Proper like
It's
sightseeing.
Horrible feeling though when you think you think you
You've
look
nailed
good.
this.
Oh,
I've nailed
really
it.
thought
I've
you packed
nailed this,
well.
haven't I? Yeah.
Going to the big smoke of Pat Well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like these. I like these. Look, mate.
So would you say that out of the team this year, Bunny's got the worst fashion sense, or is there someone else who actually tops him?
That's the worst I've seen so far.
But
yeah.
he's all right. Though.
Yeah,
He normally got a few
usually,
bits.
usually sound, but that's the worst.
Because I mean, I see you guys like rock up after training or before a game or something, and you're all kind of wearing the same sort of thing of like shorts or Donny shorts and an oversized t-shirt, and I mean, you're always in your Birks or your Crocs or
Yeah.
whatever,
And a hat.
and a hat.
Smeets.
Got a gout
Smeets
face.
is always in his-
Smeets is a unique one because
Oh,
he
Smeek's got some
yeah,
weird ones actually.
yeah. allegedly. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that word. I can't say it.
Go on.
Apparently,
No,
we'll switch
no,
it
no,
up.
no, no. Go say again.
Allegedly,
That's the
Well
one.
that's the one.
Nailed it. Good man.
He doesn't do washing.
He doesn't.
Oh,
He doesn't. He for his stint at uni, because apparently it was like a 20-minute walk, like 2K walk to the nearest laundrette. Every time he had dirty clothes, he'd just buy new ones. Talk about privilege.
Oh, my
For those who don't
God.
know, Archie Smeaton, Cambridge University extraordinaire,
Lives on like
famously lives
100
at
acre
home,
land or something like that.
and still does fairly well out of it.
Yeah.
Has no concept of the real world. Heating crisis, anything involving tax,
Yeah.
ignored it.
What was he saying
lives
as well? Yeah. If genuinely there's a lot out there online, but if you need saving tips, apparently
Yeah,
he's
Martin
very
Lewis,
good at
isn't he?
that.
Martin
But
Lewis
he's Martin
Smeaton,
Lewis.
Martin
That's the
Lewis,
one. Yeah.
Savewithsmeets.com or something.
Yeah. Get on to him.
So
Hell of a boy, though.
Character.
Good man.
yeah, he is a nice guy. To be fair, you can tell
Strange.
he's God.
Strange.
Yeah,
Eccentric.
No filter
No filter.
at all.
He's one that you wouldn't want to get on air.
No.
He'd burn this place to the ground.
Yeah.
Accidentally. He'd probably incriminate himself as well.
yeah. So Smeets, if you're watching, tough luck, mate.
Out.
Back to the rugby side of things.
Ooh.
Yeah, boo, because this one's a bad one. 12-0.
There we go.
No, boy.
Scottish,
Less-
is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
less said the
Scottish
better,
point.
or should we just move on, or do you want to touch on it at all?
They
Should
went
get into
well.
it.
If we looked at the stats the following week, and we had like 8 scrum pens, 15 times into their 22,
Yeah.
90% line out. And if you'd looked at that, we were like, well, you probably should have won that game.
Just didn't
And
convert,
then we
did we?
just couldn't get anything out of it. And they turned up, to be fair. And we thought if we just keep banging the door down, they'll break. And they didn't. So
Yeah.
it was like, right.
So it's one of them, though. It's interesting this year because they're pretty much a watered down Harlequins that rocked up here. What was it, like 12 starters?
11.
12.
Yeah.
11
So-
players, yeah.
I think
15.
I think
Yeah.
that wasn't it their hooker. He's got over 56 caps or something for.
Yeah,
Harlequins
it's
or
no
something.
excuse at all, but it's like
No,
it's
right.
one of them where you play them a different week and potentially looks different. We've got to front up and beat the team that comes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an interesting game, wasn't it? Then had a social after, didn't we?
That
Well,
was dull.
you were meant to have a proper
Meant
social.
to have a proper
Yeah,
social.
should we talk about this, the after, our flat? 15 bucks. Right, so all
Let's get to that in a second. So this
Yeah, we'll
Sorry,
just nip
sorry.
it in the
Yeah.
bud, shall we?
we'll get to that one in a
Cut
second.
that
So you meant to have a social afterwards, obviously. What kind of went down after that? Did 40 just kind of lose his head and go, right, we're not having one? Or did the players go, we don't deserve one? Or
No, it was more players, wasn't it? It was like, we can't really go
Can't really-
social after that. So we just, a few boys went home, a few boys stuck around the club.
Yeah, the majority stayed around for a
Yeah.
beer or two. I think sometimes it's important to at least have one or two afterwards.
yeah, because I think it was something like over 200 cans of beer were ordered for that. I think I looked in Pooley's office or something.
Probably
But-
did that, didn't we?
So yeah, I mean, it goes back to the saying win, lose or draw. I know, what is it? Win or lose on the booze. That's the one. God.
Always helps.
Yeah. And then not last weekend before, it was Bedford away, which again looked like you played well, probably should have won, but they just fronted up and played to the advantage of their quite sloping pitch.
Another one, wasn't it? We had a lot of momentum and then another intercept try.
Yeah.
How many times has that happened this season? 3?
At least one a game.
We've had a lot of intercepts, but I don't know how many they converted off them.
A lot.
A lot. I think like the champ is like everyone knows it's a tough league. Like but we've probably addressed it that the majority of the time this season when it hasn't gone our way, we've probably been our own worst enemy.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the stuff that has gone wrong we can sort of negate by just doing our job correctly. And at times, yeah, or better, yeah. So yeah, that's what we're gonna try and do moving forward.
Go back to London Scottish. What happened at your flat then after the game?
So what time was
Go
it?
for
So,
now.
there we go.
So what time do you leave the club?
Probably like 9, half 9, 10.
Mm.
Kicked out at 9, weren't it? Because
Yeah.
they're locking up.
Oh
So then boys were like, right, should we go to a pub outside the club? But no one had any spare clothing because everyone obviously had their social kit.
What was the theme for this social?
You had over 10, was it over
Unders and overs. So over 10
Over
caps,
10
you had
caps.
to wear
oversized?
oversized clothes.
Under 10, undersized.
Right.
So no boys had any kit. So bear in mind our flat's only 2-bedroom, not very big.
It's nice.
We're-
though.
it's nice, it's nice,
Nice.
it's nice, it's nice,
Don't
nice.
sell it. It's nice.
It's nice. We had about 15, was it 15 boys in there?
Oh, absolute carnage.
Boys
What,
playing
all-
darts.
Obviously, all the lads are still in Donny kit,
So you
and
can't really-
everyone's like, "Well, can't go home if we're gonna have a few beers just to stay amongst." You can't really sleep after a game anyway. So you're like, right, might as well
Yeah.
have a few. And then all the come charging up these stairs of our flat. Me and him are just standing at the rooms. And he's like, "What are you? XL, white t-shirt. Go next. What do you need? Belt in, shoes gone." And then we were like piling all these lads in, but it was a complete like misdemeanor of what everyone was wearing. And then Dolly, we didn't have any trousers left, so Dolly had to wear his oversized trousers for the social out. and it was meant to look like something out of ABBA.
Couldn't
Like,
see
it
his
was, you
shoes.
couldn't see his shoes. It was completely oversized.
Yeah, Uniqlo had a big old
He got a big old sale that
like
day,
a
didn't
sponsor
they?
day for Uniqlo.
And we spent the rest of the week trying to chase him up with the old
Yeah.
loan sharks.
Had
Deathing him
about
up.
7 tops missing. I was like, sound lads, bring back Friday. Cheers.
Bring him back whenever.
And where were you during all of this, Smithy?
Oh yeah, where were you?
Yeah,
actually?
I headed back.
Well, you snuck
Yeah.
out. You snuck
That's
out.
unlike
didn't
you.
Yeah.
Boo.
They sound like me, yeah.
Mm.
But I had other plans.
I bet.
Other plans that evening. Yeah, I had to get back.
Looking forward now to the season, towards the rest of the season, at least up until the new year. Sale on Friday. You are all in the team, I believe. You two starting. Drew, your first start as well, actually.
Yeah.
That's massive.
Yeah, round of applause
Cheers,
for
lad.
Well
round of
done.
applause for Drew for that
Cheers
one.
for that.
Few injuries.
Yeah, yeah, kick him when he's down. Yeah, there are touching on that. There are quite a few injuries, obviously.
You.
For you, with bare bones. At the
Which I'd like to
minute.
clear up is why I'm playing second row.
Oh, so you are
No,
a second row player?
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You-
no,
how many
as in, I'm
games?
saying I've been playing second row because
Majority,
of injuries.
but you've had the majority of games in the second row.
Are you-
haven't
are
you?
yeah,
you
and why do you
enjoying-
think-
Are you enjoying the second row?
But
I
you're like
hate it.
6'3".
It's good,
6'4".
mate.
No, you're not.
No, you're
6'4".
6'4" in Air Forces.
No, yeah, right. What
Right,
are you in
okay.
studs?
Well, 6'5" then. The 21's in.
No,
You don't wear 21s.
No. Second row, I do.
no.
In the engine room. You
In
don't.
the
So
engine
you're a
room,
second
yeah.
row.
He is.
At times.
What's your lucky number?
18.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so- okay.
You do like that shirt, don't you?
I
Eight-
do like that shirt.
18's my lucky number actually as well.
Is
So.
it?
Yeah. Yeah. What's your lucky number?
Oh,
Five.
careful now.
Five.
Lucky numbers.
5.
5. Why 5?
Yeah. The sprinkler, isn't he?
Always wins.
The sprinkler, but it was that hippodrome.
any-
Hippodrome.
you ever
God,
do,
loves the roulette, doesn't he?
Roulette, anything like that.
Just whack it on
Number
5.
5, you'll always win. Guarantee. It's like an insurance
you don't.
policy.
What's yours?
4.
Any reason?
I've always wanted to be a second rower.
Yeah, talk him through.
Oh, sure.
Your
Hey,
night- your
when
night-
we
your
clip
nighttime
this up,
routine.
you're going to have to get a picture of him jumping in a line out. He's got one.
Yeah.
He'll send it in.
Yeah.
The ball, Tom Curry, Oundle v Oakham at home. Both gone up. I've bumped. Thank you very much. Find it, clip it in now, put it in here.
Yeah.
What do you want now?
Talk about your nighttime routine before you go to sleep.
Which one?
Be careful.
I like rugby a lot, but since I've been about 16, every night before I go to bed, and this is not going, honestly, it's not going when you think about it. Most people would, but I don't. I have to go, when I shut my eyes,
I'm sorry.
when I shut my eyes, I have to say 3 things. Ready?
Okay, go on.
Hit me early.
Yep.
Play me at 10. And then I imagine I walk down a line out from the back to the middle and shout 1. Then I can go to bed.
One's
Are you? And is that are you being genuinely serious?
I swear on my life.
So you close your eyes and you go, hit me early.
Yeah, but they're slightly different scenarios. So the first one is like, there's a ruck, and I'm imagining I'm sort of like first receiver sort of thing. And I'm like, yeah, hit me early, I need it early. And the second one is we're in a huddle, and we're like looking around who's playing where. And I'll go, yeah, play me at 10. And then the third one's a line out.
Mate,
There
that
is
is-
no
that's,
logic.
That's actually mental.
Yeah, it's weird.
Why play me at 10?
I don't know.
Have you ever played 10 before?
No.
Right. So
Are you saying it in your head or is it out loud?
It's like out loud, but I can hear. You know when you can hear it, like,
You
like
see the pictures in
I
your
can
head, don't
see
you?
it some bit there.
but
Why?
I do,
There is no reason or logic. And I
Why-
told him, and he was like, "You are mental."
well,
But
yeah,
thought it
I
was
agree.
before- I thought like Friday night before a game, Saturday, you're
No.
doing it, but you're doing it every single day consistently.
Yeah.
I actually think that's quite sad.
But you ever get it where you're like tossing and turning, and you're like, "Oh, I can't really nod off." I'm like, "Oh, I've not done it yet." Oh.
Hit me early.
Hit me early.
Yeah.
Put
Try
me at
it.
10.
See if you find what you like.
I'm 1.
Yeah.
You log on to other people's huddle as well, don't you?
No, that doesn't
No.
happen.
Ah,
It's fraud, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, we watch what we can. Anyway, there you go. Interesting fact.
Whose huddle are you logging on to?
No one's. I just like to watch as much to get as much research done on the opposition as we can.
I don't hate it. I
There
don't
you
hate
go.
it.
You and Strongy are the same sort of level of rugby knowledge, aren't you?
Do you reckon?
Yeah. That's why I said you're a secret one the other day.
Friday, Sale Sharks. Obviously going to be a bit of a weakened opposition, but equally, they don't have as many representatives playing in internationals. What's been the focus this week? What's been the word from the coaches?
Obviously, Sale, Big Pack, always been backed on their physicality. So shutting them down early and slowing up the ball as much as possible, really. Obviously, a massive kick team as well. So we know we'll get a lot of opportunity to attack. Just obviously working back as, we say, speed to set. And then firing into them, really.
Because we've got a pretty decent back three with Harry, Toulouse, Geordie. They can all play in the wings. They can all play in the fullback position. So I feel like with the pendulum kind of system, it does work well. I know that not any of you are backs, but Smithy.
Oh yeah.
Well, seeing
be
as
at
though
10
put me at 10.
yeah.
Go on, give us a bit of.
No, I think the thing is with that Sale pack is no matter where you are on the Sale team, we played them before. Like no matter which could be their first choice, it could be their fourth choice. They all do exactly the same thing. They basically just sign, copy and paste, and they're all going to do their job's worth and hit you and bang you. So you keep having to turn it up. So for like forwards, just staying in front of line out, staying in front of mauls when we can, scrum tough, and probably two sides that probably haven't got to where they probably want to so far this season. So we know they're going to be pretty revved up going, and we've probably got to perform at home in front of a crowd that's probably been pretty frustrated with us the last two games at home anyway.
I think we're looking at about 2,000 plus for this game as well. So hopefully
That's huge for Championship. That.
Yeah,
Good,
No,
good
That's
numbers.
like double figures.
Good numbers.
2,000.
yeah, that's not bad. I mean,
Cam Coffee will sell a bit.
yeah, they'll make a bomb. They'll
Shout
make a
out.
bomb.
Yeah.
Cam Coffee.
Do you think that playing against, because obviously you've got two Prem sides in our group, with Newcastle as well. Do you think it's more daunting to play a team like Sale Sharks, who are notoriously good, have had a decent start-ish to the season, again versus a team like Newcastle, who are teetering at the bottom? Who's like the tougher opposition, do you think, mentally to face and physically?
I think Newcastle will be way more like up for it. I reckon they'll just look for wins everywhere.
Well, I think they've come out and said, haven't they, that they're looking to get some sort of consistency through this period. I think they're extra haven't won yet, have they?
No.
But Newcastle are still below them.
Newcastle beat them.
Yeah, exactly. So I think for them, they're sort of in a turnaround period.
I reckon they'll want. We're playing away, aren't we? Newcastle.
Yeah, I got them away next weekend.
So they'll want to put on a show. So there'll be a lot of fans there, I imagine. Sunday fun day.
I think it's quite nice to have it all like regional as well. Like for
Mm.
Northern Rugby, if
Yeah.
we played, I don't know, let's say we played Exeter, probably wouldn't have the same amount of buzz as if we were playing Sale, because we know we'll still get a load of Sale supporters on Friday. Newcastle, everything's within 2 hours, and there isn't many rugby club. That's another one of the issues. There's not many up here anyway. So
That's true.
as you know, the ambition of the club is to get another Northern club as close as we can to the Prem and competing as high as we can. So no matter whether it's Sale or Newcastle, both are going to be pretty hanging.
And then looking at the rest of the year in the league, we've got Cambridge at home, Chinner away, Caldy at home, Cornish away, Hartbury at home. So again, looking at those, you're not thinking, oh, that's an easy win, or oh, that's an easy win. It's kind of Cambridge at home is a more favourable probably one, because as you say, they're a semi-professional, so they're a lot of them will have full-time jobs. Chinner are being led by an incredible coach with Nick Easter. He's done a number on them, like doing some really good work. Caldy, again, you can't write him off. Cornish away is going to be a trek.
What date is that?
That's on the 22nd of December. So 3 days, 3 days before Christmas. Cornish Pirates away.
That would be dark.
That's a nice gift by the RFU.
Yeah.
We should take Christmas outfits to the journey back.
Yeah, cheese and wine, I reckon.
Cheese and wine.
Ooh, bit of port.
Yeah.
Shirt. Monopoly. Not Monopoly deal, the Monopoly board game.
Well,
That's a big thing at the Smith household, those.
Is it?
Board Monopoly, not Monopoly deal.
Who usually sits with each other on the buses? Do you guys know? I know that you two are buddy, and
It's pretty mixed. Usually just
Chops and changes.
whoever gets a seat, isn't it?
chops and
There's
change.
normally well, to be fair, we've not had many full bus changes with everyone been on it, to be fair, but there's normally a Fijian corner.
Yeah.
with
See,
the
Rocco's to lose.
speaker. And then
Oh, they're on the tunes, are they?
yeah,
Always.
yeah. They're on
Really?
the tune,
Island tunes and that.
obsessed with that big speaker. And there's probably a couple of card tables, maybe a few fantasy football tables, sort of things. But limited consistency, I think.
You got a lot of rugby watchers on the bus.
Yeah.
A lot of coaches on the bus, isn't there?
Yeah.
Mal's
player
bad for it.
coaches.
Oh,
Mal's,
Thede.
Mal,
Oh,
Thede,
Mal
all
Thede,
for it.
yeah.
I reckon Thede the whole
Do you remember that Bury
Pirates
one?
trip. Oh yeah.
Very we got on and Thede brought out his iPad. You know the seat on the bus is like one off the bogs. So you get a
Yeah.
bit more leg room and you get the foot guard.
Yeah, yeah.
He's always in that area. And
Nice
he's
big
whipped out
iPad.
his iPad like that, pencil, and he was waiting, dying for someone to be like, Thede, what you got on? And he's just going, just scrums, lads.
Me and him were behind him. He's on the same clip for about an hour and a
Yeah.
half.
Well, how's he getting on, Thede? Yeah, he's all right. Yeah, he's all good. And then we'd had a few beers that night in Bury, came back and he whipped the iPad out again. And we were like, there's
Loves
no
it.
way you're
Loves
doing
it.
scrums right now. But he does love a
Commission
scrum.
based, isn't it?
Yeah, full.
Hartbury at home on the 29th. Again,
They're going well, aren't they?
Yeah.
they
They're going well.
We've never comfortably beaten them at home, I don't think, either. When I was here last week, I think Sam Olver had to kick either penalty or conversion at the very end to actually win it. Like
what was it?
they always play well here,
Yeah.
very well.
Because as well, I don't know if you know this, Smithy. You're not actually that far off 50 caps.
Didn't know that.
You do know that.
I actually
You
didn't
did know
genuinely.
You do
I
know.
didn't.
You
How
did
many
know
am I?
that.
I can get the exact
46.
number, but I think it's about 40.
46.
It's not 46.
44.
What, higher or lower?
Lower than that, I think.
41.
Not close.
Because you
How many do I need to get to be put up on that wall?
50 for this wall, 100 for
Is
that
it?
wall. Yeah, yeah. Oh no, wait.
I think it's 100, isn't it?
I thought Tyson was the only one that's allowed up on that.
Nah, because
Tyson's got like
everywhere.
6 on it.
Tyson's got 200 plus caps, which is why he's on that wall. I think it's 100 for this wall, 200
So I
for
don't
that
get a
wall.
pitch yet.
Nah, not yet.
Is that bar the longest bar in Yorkshire?
Well, no one's come
It's
and
a
contested
lie.
against it.
Yeah.
Yeah, longest bar in
I've-
Yorkshire. Yeah, surely. Where else is
Yeah,
it
but
going to
it's
be?
not all a bar.
Surely, like,
Well,
there's
it is though. What else is it?
Surely that's not all a bar.
Yeah, because you can.
It's not just smothered taps, is it?
Well, it is.
It is. There's taps all
There's,
the way
there's
down.
3 taps and they've evenly spaced them.
Yeah,
over.
there's
The thing is,
Over
Taps,
75 metres.
Cans,
Yeah.
bottle. But surely at, like, I don't know,
all the
Headingley.
scratchings.
Headingley's got to have a bigger bar than that. Who's the most capped in the squad?
Guess. You've got a bit of an advantage here, Smithy, to be fair.
Mal.
Geo.
Don't say. Let everyone have a guess.
All right, okay. So
Guess
you
properly.
say Mal, you say
Well, you
Gio.
said no, so we're done now, aren't we?
Well, okay.
I'm
Connor
gonna
Edwards.
say.
Oh, good guess.
You're saying Con.
I was gonna say Connor Edwards. As well.
No, you won't. It's
No,
gone.
I was.
You're not allowed it. I was going to say Mal if I wasn't.
No, George Roberts.
You're all wrong.
Well, don't tell us then.
No, tell us. Otherwise, this could go on for
Dolly?
over.
Can't
It is
Dolly.
Dolly.
Oh, there we go.
Dolly.
Dolly.
Oh,
How many's he
it's
got?
terrible. Don't tell him that though.
£10.
How many's he got?
73.
Jesus, he could be on the wall, and that is.
That's dark.
He might
It-
get
no,
holes on the
no,
wall.
he'll need another season if he wants to get on the wall. There's some criminal activity just looking at this document of people giving their heights at the start of the season.
Here we
Dolly
go.
claimed that he was 180 centimeters.
My God.
No chance.
What's that in feet?
6
No,
foot.
That's not
5'11".
6
that'd be 5'11".
That's a lie. Do you know who else lies? Smeets.
What did Smeet
Why?
say?
He's a liar.
Smeet said he was 190.
What?
He's not lying. That's true.
Is that
Yeah.
right?
He's not
That's true.
190. What are
He's
you?
lying.
You gonna say 192?
I'm 193.
Bol-
I'm
No way.
193.
You told me 190 actually.
Well, you've got it down wrong. I'm 193.
Hey,
What size I am on there?
He's
What are you?
5'10".
6'1", I know.
You're not 6'1".
Well, I am.
There's no
That
way.
is-
I'm 6'1".
No way
With,
he's 6'1".
With shoes, I'm 6'1".
Yeah, but
right. So that's
six.
Smithy. That's Smithy's argument with 6'4" in Air Force.
6'1", I'm 6 foot. Bang on.
George Roberts is taller than you.
You said
Is he?
you said 182, so that's 6 foot.
Yeah, but Gio's
Yeah.
like a tall 5'10", I reckon. So he is 5'10", but it
Gio-
looks like a
Gio
tall
said
5'10".
183.
No way.
That's a
Gio-
lie. That's a lie.
6'1",
That's a
isn't
lie.
it?
That's 6 foot.
Gio's like there on me.
To be fair, but I think Bunny was pretty honest.
Connor Edwards. Will
Yeah, but
be
didn't
on
we
there.
get measured here?
Yeah, but that was just some bloke with a tape measure.
That was
Nah, we had a
if
proper
we
one
want to
on
if
that
we want to
heart
highlight
screening.
the cowboy scene of Champ Rugby, that was carnage.
Which one?
How they measured our height. Shall we take my shoes off? Oh, yeah, if you want, right? So take your shoes off. So measuring, we're like, you open up your nan's biscuit tin and you get that tape that just like scrumpled up.
Hold that above your head.
Yeah, you know that's not straight yet. 193. So
And you couldn't really see it, so you'd like pull it Yeah, 1'8".
Yeah, pulls away from the wall.
Next, come out.
Bunny said he was 180, so apparently you and Bunny are the same height.
Mental.
I'm
I'm not 180.
Morgan Strong, 187. He said he was.
No, she's not.
Hank.
not
Who
Scott
else?
Quinnell.
Reece Tate, 185.
That's got to be a gag. He's not. What about
Uh,
weights? What about weights on there? Is there any weights?
I did get weights, but I haven't got them on this document, to be fair.
That's
Drew will tell you.
Yeah.
There's a Donny tax on weights. Add the VAT. He's had what?
Is
What
that-
have you put on? 6 kilos since he's been up here or something?
I'm sitting at 120 now.
Yeah.
I
Good
got
boy.
to 124 in one day, but I think it's dodgy scales. I
Yeah, it would have
imagine.
been.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
in the flat, uneven
Yeah.
surface.
Wait,
so
if you're 120, how much is Logo?
I think log says 136.
Smithy, you came through Leicester. Tell us about your time there. How long were you there for? What years? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
This
Did you
will be
enjoy
good.
it?
I did enjoy Leicester, to be fair. I did. I started Leicester when I was 16, 17. So was at Langley School in Norfolk. Before that, I was at Colford. Had to move to Langley to get a bus to Leicester every 2 nights a week. I think it was a long old trip. That was a slog and a half. But yeah, then was fortunate enough to then get a development contract, then first team contract, and then got loaned out to Donny, and then came to Donny full time for a year. Then, like I said earlier, Jersey, then back here.
Why did you move from Donny to Jersey, by the way?
I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason,
Oh,
and
yeah.
as you know, you're both very familiar with my my partner Alex, Alexandra.
Are we?
Well, Fred seems to be. I'm not too sure, but yeah, moved out there just for an experience and met her out there, and we're now in the brought her back over to Donny, didn't I?
So you met her in Jersey,
Yeah, met her in Jersey.
and she's Spanish.
She's Venezuelan. Yeah,
You were mentioned on the For the Love of Rugby podcast.
didn't know that.
You did.
I genuinely didn't.
You
What
did.
was
I
what was he
don't.
mentioned for?
I watch the
You-
reels on Instagram, but I don't know. They don't do any live video, and I struggle just to audio book it. Like, I don't have the attention
It's
span for
lucky
that.
this is live video now.
Exactly, this
Yeah.
is live
Yeah.
video. But
Exactly.
yeah, no, I watch their reels. I find it very entertaining.
So on that podcast, I think it's Ben Youngs, Dan Cole, and Joe Marler, isn't it? I don't know.
No, it's only. I
He's
think
got
it's only
his
Dan and Ben that
Is it only
host it. Yeah,
So and you played with one of them, two of them,
both of them.
both of them.
Yeah.
So I think the conversation just came up about how I think it was talking about the championship of the effectiveness of players going from the Prem, playing in the Champ, and kind of excelling. Not to big you up too much, but I think you came into conversation of players that they played with a youth level from a younger level, and then were kind of doing well elsewhere. So
Well done, mate.
Thanks.
Tell him. Look square in the
Little
camera and
clap
tell him.
for that.
Yeah, it's clap. Let's clap.
I'm
that.
not clapping.
go on,
Clap,
say
Yeah.
thank you to
Say
them.
thanks, Ben.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
And if they want to come on this podcast,
Yeah, no,
say-
they're welcome. Are they invited?
Oh,
First
absolutely,
episode,
yeah.
they can
Yeah,
come
we
on
should
if
do a
they
collab already.
We'll need a bigger club shot.
Am I under the right assumption that Jordan Olowofela
Mm.
comes in every day with a new animal fact?
Yeah, he
True.
said he on his computer he used to get a notification every day.
Mm.
That's real animal.
But you used to put them on the wellness. You normally do a wellness like how do you sleep? 3. How are you hydrated? 3. And then it's like anything else to tell the medics. And he would just put something about
Back to the day.
Snap.
Random facts.
He
Was-
is genuinely the real life version of Don't Judge a Book by its cover. He has got so much depth to him. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Well,
Not
yeah.
physically, he's a very slight man.
What does he weigh? 60, 70 kilos?
I don't know. It's not
No
much to
idea.
him, but
He's got-
he's
yeah,
he's
like
got
kegs.
some.
You reckon he's 90 kegs?
Yeah.
No way.
No
reckon?
way. I'm
He's Nigerian, mate.
I'm just over 90.
Good bones, thick bones.
I'm
I
not
reckon 90
saying
kegs.
You
No.
can't comment on that.
He's mental.
Yeah.
He is
Does
mental.
night shifts in Leeds.
Does he?
Yeah, he
Wait,
he hasn't got a job or anything. He just
Night-
walks around
Just
Leeds
walks
at
around.
night,
Around
just
Leeds,
making
city
sure that the
centre.
community's safe.
He quite likes his amphibians and reptiles, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a little log cabin. That's his mindfulness, isn't it? He's got a vegetable patch at his
Yeah,
log cabin.
log
he likes
cabin.
doing that.
That's quite sweet, actually.
It is. He
Yeah.
also
So you've
he
got-
plays the harmonica.
No
Does he?
way.
I could be making that up, but I think he does.
I think we're all making it up now.
We're just creating this amazing profile for Jordan, and none of it's going to be true. But
But I think that's probably what Champ Rugby is missing. 'Cause like the Prem gets a lot of clout and media attention.
Yeah.
You understand the personalities. But if the average Joe spent a day at a Champ club, the people you'd meet across leagues is mental.
Yeah.
Like some proper characters.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've just learnt more about Jordan. I've been working with kind of alongside him for 3-4 months and didn't know any of this. And I've watched an England rugby video today of them all playing golf, and I've learnt that Daly, Don Brandt, and some of the others are just crap at golf.
Yeah.
But like you say,
There's plenty of it.
There's plenty of it. It's pretty much copy and paste in the Premiership with some of them.
Our first day at Doncaster, we'd obviously just come from Bristol, and we very, very privileged at Bristol. And what the facilities when we went down.
Back?
No, we were like, right, okay. And then we turned up, and Don's obviously got great facilities. And then we've put our bags down and gone out and started training. And then we've come back in, and it had been like, what? It'd been like 45 minutes. It must have been like 9:45 in the morning. No one had really done anything, done some skills or something. Me and Juicer came back into the change room, and the change room's got a shower in it. And suddenly the shower was on. And we were like, who's having a shower? Like, we've not done nothing. And then 2 must have been 50-year-old blokes, bald as they come, waddled out, towel around. All right, boys. And we were like, lads. You all right, lads? How you getting on? We're like, yeah, you don't mind if we just jumped in? And we were like, no, we didn't know for anyone. So we were like, yeah, all right, crack on. And they were just, they're in.
We had like a
circus.
Fun fair,
circus
at the end. There's some random blokes from that, yeah. Genuine.
Oh, yeah.
And they just walked in and had a shower. And we were like, all right, sound, have a good one. And then we were left.
Coming to you now, Drew. Tell us a bit about your rugby career, because you've had quite an interesting...
Started at West-super-Mare. That was my youth club. And joined Bristol Academy when I was 15, I think. Signed at 18. Went on loan to National 1 team now, Dings Crusaders. And 2023 went over to New Zealand, just to play club rugby at Sumner. Moved in with a bloke called Ryan Turner, weirdly. And then Turnsy, yeah. He was best mates with Scott Robertson, which is Crusaders head coach at the time. And then he was just like, oh, I've got this prop over if you need any numbers. And luckily at the time they had like 3 or 4.
Had a bit of an injury crisis, didn't they?
Injury crisis, yeah. Loose heads, or every prop was just getting injured every week. And then I only meant to do like 2 weeks there, so I was like, I'll just pay for my rent. It would be good. Ended up doing like over 2 months. Played a couple games, played against Western Force and Moana Pacifica. And it was like a weird thing because I was only like a medical cover contract. You weren't allowed to play, no medicals allowed to play in like any finals or anything like that. So by like end of May, I was pretty much done. I was done there, and then carried on with the club rugby season. Yeah, after New Zealand went back to Bristol, played Prem Cup because it was a World Cup, wasn't it? So we had a long pre-season. So we had Prem Cup start of the season.
It was at the start of the season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
During the World Cup. Yeah.
It was like 6 rounds, was it?
Yeah, something like that.
Quite long. And then it was pretty much just injury cover for the whole of that season until Christmas. And then they put me back on loan to Dings just to get game time. And then we got promoted in that one, winners medal.
He's being humble there because what happened, he left, went to Crusaders, won Super Rugby.
Oh, yeah.
You won the Super Rugby.
Sorry, yeah.
Got himself a winner's medal with the Crusaders. Then came back, went to Dings Crusaders,
got another medal.
and won that as well.
Another medal.
Don't worry about it.
So 3 peats on there.
Now I'm looking for the triple.
Yeah.
Yeah, triple.
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, I like the aspirations, to be fair. So playing in New Zealand, you've probably faced some pretty meaty boys out there. Who's the toughest opposition you've had? Let's say in a scrum and just in general play.
Exeter Chiefs last season. So Exeter, throughout the Prem Cup, put out the same first team squad. So like starting squad was Scott CO, Australia, like 70 caps. Who was hooker?
Yendall,
and Aaron Painter. Aaron Painter is like 150 clicks, I reckon. And like me, Fred, and Johnny Ben starting, and we probably had about 20 scrums in the first half, and oh my god, that was probably the most pressure I've ever felt in my life. You couldn't even deal with it. He's that heavy, you couldn't even deal with it. Just stood up every scrum.
Yeah.
There was one point he was
with us, wasn't he?
with us. He was scrummaging against X at one point. I was
Yeah.
like, how have you managed it as a photo? We'll have to get the
Yeah.
photo, wouldn't we?
We popped up and he was facing that way, and I would obviously set up binding on Drew, finish the scrum.
Bound onto.
I was like, what the hell are you doing?
Me and Fred was scrummaging second
Yeah,
rows.
Second rows. Good day out.
Wow, brilliant.
That was pretty tough as well. The heat as well, putting it out. It was right, 32 degrees.
Oh
Packed
yeah,
out, packed out Sandy Park. It was
yeah.
dark old day. We won't go into the score, but dark day.
Yeah. And who's your toughest oppo, Smithy?
With Leicester, we went out. It was, I think it was the European competition under the main one.
Challenge
not
Cup.
Champions,
Challenge
Challenge
Cup.
Cup. Playing out in Toulon, I think it was, and Parisa was there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Back row. And growing up, he was sort of my like favourite player. Thought it was pretty cool. I was on the bench. He started. I got subbed on. He got subbed off. I played against him. I'm claiming it. But he
Never actually on the pitch at the same time.
No, I think we crossed paths.
On the way on.
Yeah. So
Right, my boy.
yeah. That was my coolest moment.
One of the best oppos you've had, because you got quite a few caps for Bristol, didn't you? Captained them as well.
Yeah, we don't go into that one. That was the same day as
That was the extra
To be
game.
fair, I don't think Aaron Painter was the hardest opposition we had. He's just
Just a big boy.
the biggest boy.
Big
Yeah.
boy.
I would say, as a hooker, Montoya.
Yeah.
When we played at Welford Road against him, he was canny and he was just gnarly to scrummage, and he was everywhere. He hit hard. He was good. That same game, Jasper Visa was pretty hard.
As I say, you've had, what is it, 20 plus caps you got at Bristol? Just shy.
Yeah, just shy. of
Just
20, I
shy.
think. Yeah, man.
You know exactly how many.
That was. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
also one of the numbers you say before bed, isn't it?
Yeah. Give me more. Give me more.
But as well, you had quite a good time at Durham. I mean, I think you've got quite a few records held there. Most tries in a season, most tries. I think, are you the top try scorer in the whole?
Apparently,
Of course, he knows. He knows the exact number.
Least meters,
least
most
meters.
tries.
Yeah, efficiency, isn't it?
It's just driving more.
Someone's got to throw it in.
You can all chuck
We
about.
can all
mate.
chuck up. We all push and pull. Yeah. So I did 4 years, but 3 rugby years. So
Right.
one of them was in the middle of COVID. I was
Yeah.
working out what I wanted to do with rugby, and they were like, "Oh, you might as well stay around here." So I was like, "All right." So, and then we ended up having a good. We won the league the year before, and there was COVID, and then we won it again.
Yeah.
And that was that. Yeah.
Let's look into the team a little bit as well. I know that Josh Williams is a bit of a
Fake Marine.
Fake Marine.
fake Marine.
Yeah.
Josh Williams. Yeah.
Tracksuit soldier, isn't he?
Yeah.
Rumor has it he's seen more action and combat in Donny than he has anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on Call of Duty.
Call of Duty,
And
oh, yeah.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Not great at that, mind. For a soldier, I thought would be.
Josh's
better.
first run out for us, he was injured for a lot of pre-season because he's arguably one of the softest men on earth.
Planet
We
Earth.
went down and played Bury.
Made of glass.
He got
Played
filled
again-
in by a
play-
plumber.
played on the Friday night against these lads who'd just done a full day of work, and we'd been there, done a bit of units, been for a bit of lunch, came back out, played against these boys, and anything that could have gone wrong went wrong. Like, one of the lads has hit him off the ball and he's folded like a pocket chief. He's gone. Then we got, and then he got bumped. Then he's tried to tackle someone into touch, missed it, slid below the hoardings, and obviously we were giving it him like
He
hard,
started crying at
so
one point.
hard. Then he starts crying at the ref,
Yeah.
being like, "I'm getting hit off the ball, man, getting hit off the ball, man," and we're like, "No." And then he comes into mauling. Then all their team are getting stuck into him, and we're thinking, "We got a Marine here, like we'll be all right." He's getting beaten up, and so the gag was we went down to Bury for 2 days and just got
Just
filled
got
in by a
battered.
plumber, didn't he? Just got battered, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't know what to do, man. I'm just getting beaten up."
That's a good impersonation,
that was
I
Josh.
think.
The Fijians are good fun. They've got a lot of
Yeah.
story. Rocco's got a lot of stories. Logo's good value when he needs it. Tanny is utterly useless. Like the most fined man.
Yeah.
Like, mental.
Fijian.
Everything. What? Logo's Samoan in the end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's another
He's not
good
gonna,
one.
he's not gonna like that.
Yeah,
That's-
you can't
No,
just brand them all as Fijians.
No, well, Pacific
South-
Islanders. South
Pacific Islanders, yeah.
We had a after the end of pre-season. Maybe you were there actually when we had that massive barbecue,
Yeah.
and Logo came and did
Medium
a big
rare
pig,
pork.
did a big pig, right?
Roasted a whole pig.
And we were about to have it, and then We were like, all right, but we trained and Logo was injured or something like that. So we're like, right, it's going to take 5 hours to get this thing hot because they bury it under the saw. So we're like, all right, sound. We go out and train, and then we turn around and Logo's training as well. And we were like, Logs, you're not meant to be putting the fire on. And we're like, no, we'll be right. So we finished training, and then I had like 2 hours instead of 6 to get this pig skinned or whatever it needs to in the fire, cooked and ready.
Because this was a big pig as well. I think
It
it
was
was,
massive.
Yeah,
it was like 40 kilos.
Jasper
of
got it
pig.
from the farm, didn't he? And it came over, put it under the thing, heat it on, and then we were checking it. Yeah, it looks all right. So the lad's having a yarn, having a beer, and we're like, all right, pig all done? You're like, yeah, sound. All right.
Carry it over.
Okay.
Put it over.
And then
No,
they tried to...
No, they pick it up,
Oh
don't
my
they? Yeah.
God. Logo's got one leg, Rocco's got one leg, Sai's got one, and Tanny's got one.
I think Wacker
And they
was somewhere in there.
and they picked this pig up, and the table was maybe a yard away.
It's too hot.
And the pig was too hot. So they've picked it.
Wax drops
Wax
it
drops the
by the
middle,
end.
and the pig is backflipped off this table. And whatever seasoning it had, picked up a crap load of gravel, picked up the top layer, and everyone just went dead silent. We were like,
The only
Oh.
the only cooked bit was covered in
The
gravel.
only cooked bit. Then it came on, and obviously it had nowhere near enough time. But then one side was really nice. We all started eating, but we wanted a week off. So everyone starts eating it, but like, lads, it'll be all right. Smithy's like, I'm not ruining my week off with food poisoning. I'm not touching it. I'll just have the potato salad.
True,
Yeah.
it didn't sound like that.
Yeah, it did.
They also the chef. Oh, the chef was happy about that, weren't he? Chef came straight down. "Oh, I told you I should have been cooking that pig. I would have done it totally different. It's not about you, mate. It's not about you.
Not how I would have done it.
Thank you very much for tuning in. This has been the first episode of hopefully a few more.
What are we going to call it?
That's a great name. Should we come up with a name?
Just go for it now, do you reckon?
First one's only right.
Any ideas?
Can't go.
I don't
can't-
want it to be
Can't play on the word podcast.
no.
Can't be like Doncast.
Ooh,
I think we could.
that's good.
Actually, you know
Doncast.
what? Let's stick
Doncast.
to that.
Yeah, we'll stick with that. Doncast.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in to Doncast. Thank you very much, Tom, Andrew, Fred, for being the first guest. And who knows? You might be back again.
I'm
If
sure-
this- if this
I
takes
imagine
off.
we probably will.
If
Yeah.
this takes off, then we probably.
I think
will.
we could have a usual cast here. So free up your Wednesdays after training or Thursdays, whatever day.